Hi guys, my name is Stephanie. Today's class is going to be a ball fitness class. So you're going to need a small Pilates ball and a larger stability ball. We're going to start with the small ball, but if you don't have either one of those, you can do your best to try to find a modification without the ball. Sometimes with the larger stability ball, instead of using the ball, you can use an ottoman at home. As far as the small ball goes, a lot of things you can do without it, and just imagine that you have it, or take a small block or a pillow instead. Okay, so let's get started with the warm up. We're going to pass the ball figure eight style underneath each leg, kind of like a basketball player would. The objective is to try not to touch your leg. You also have to grip the ball, so you're building strength through your hands. You're working your core, your lower back, which you shift from side to side. You're also working your thighs, getting everything warmed up very quickly. 2 more. And finish that out. Go ahead and bring the legs together and take it out. Now we're going to go around the back and pass in a circle. Opening up the shoulders. Grip your ball, control, and try not to let it touch any part of your body. Pull in the belly like you have a pair of pants that don't fit. Change directions. And release. Nice job. Shake out a leg. Okay, next we're going to take the ball up over the head. Reach up, belly in, legs are straight and strong, tight. Tighten your glutes as well. And tip to the side, come to center, and tip to the side. So I'm going to mirror you. So you're going to open up the arms, taking the ball into your left hand. I have mine in my right, but I'm calling out the mirror. And then come to center and switch. Leaning over, take the ball into your right hand and open to the side. Center, switch. Center, switch. Side, center, and switch. One more to each side. Side, center, and switch. One more. And then bring the ball in. We're going to roll the ball down to your feet. So getting a little bit of stretch. If your hamstrings are really tight, I'd like you to bend your knees on the way down, just enough so that you can get the ball down to your feet. Keep your feet close together. Look down at your ball, roll the ball down your legs, and begin to pull your belly button in. You can keep your legs straight, that's great. Belly sucks in. Once you get low enough, really pull it in, feet, and then roll the ball back up. Again, roll it down. Belly comes in, and roll back up. Belly comes in, and roll back up. Excellent. Going into second position, you're going to open up your legs. This is horse stance or goddess stance, bending the knees. We're going to reach the arms up overhead, but the elbows are going to be bent. You're going to take it side to side. And then come back to center, straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. You're going to bring the ball down to the floor and roll it out in front of you for a stretch. Hands come down, ball comes down, roll the ball as far forward and stretch. Belly comes in. See if you can get your arms in line with your ears. Come back to center and roll back up. Excellent. Next, we're going to take the ball behind a knee, okay? So if you need to hold on to something, please do. I like to bring the leg out to the side so I can see where my knee is. I'm going to place it there. From there, I'm going to start to lift the leg and bend the knee, squeeze the ball, and we're just hold balance, firing up the hamstrings. And release the ball, shake that leg, and switch other side. Placing the ball, bring the foot in, and start to bend the knee. Let's see, I probably wore the too slick of pants to do this. I hope my ball doesn't go in my pool. And release. Nice. All right, next up, we're going to bring the knee up, kind of like a high knee, but we're going to push the ball down onto the thigh or onto the knee. So I'm going to put my hands on top and gently push down into the ball. And if you don't have a ball, you can just push down into your leg. And relax, change. And relax. You're now going to bring the ball underneath your arm, bend the elbow. You're going to squeeze in. And hold that squeeze. And change. And squeezing in. And change. We're going to go back to the knee, lifting the foot. Now we're going to do a pendulum swing with the bottom part of the leg. So the top part, the ball is your stationary. I'm going to try not to let that ball move. Gentle pressure here, not much. And I'm going to just move the foot in and out. The whole bottom of the leg, I'm trying to create like a pendulum swing like a grandfather clock and not letting that ball move much at all. If you have a lot of trouble with this, you can always hold on to a counter. And change legs. Find that standing balance, lift, answer the ball. That way you keep that part of the leg steady. Your ball is trying not to move at all. You're going to put to an internal and external rotation. Nice job. All right, we're going to switch out our small ball for the big stability ball. First thing we're going to do is sit on it. So I like to hold on to it and then walk in front and then just make sure it's not too close underneath me. If I sit down too far back, I will go tumbling over. So I'm sitting more near the front of the ball. And then from there, I can position myself. And that's the first thing we're going to do. Legs are going to go a little wide and we're going to roll the hips from side to side. Pull the belly button in. Feel like I'm going to dance, right? And then cat and cow. So bring your feet a little closer in, heel toe in. And you're going to round the spine and look down for your belly. I feel like the ball is touching more of my tailbone. And then we're going to arch the back and we're going to roll that ball backwards. Chest comes out forward. Now I feel like more of my thighs are on the ball and less of my tailbone. And let's continue this movement at your pace. But you can move faster. You can move slower than I do. The whole idea and objective is to get to the fullest range of motion you can with no pain. We are trying to roll the ball forward and back, so it's not trying to keep it steady like some ball exercises are. Let's do one more. Now we're going to do hip circles. So make your feet as wide as you need, and you're going to try to roll the ball forward, to the side, back, and side. Forward, side, back, and side. We're just trying to get a feel for how far we can take the ball over to one side before, and how much we need to counter that before we need to, make an adjustment. Here we go too far. We just, your body figures it out. It learns how to move on the ball. For those that are maybe new to the class, this is Ray. This is his first ball class, so he's not too sure about what's happening here. He's used to the other classes now. All right, bring your feet together. You can heel toe them in and make sure you feel stationary and steady on your ball. What we're going to do is we're going to do what's called a walk out. So you're going to walk forward and let yourself roll onto your ball, onto your back. So I'm taking 1 foot at a time, heel toe. And as I do, I've got that rounded spine. I'm going to start to roll back, getting my back onto the ball. And if that's as far as you feel comfortable, then go back up, but see if you can keep going. Look forward, don't look up at the ceiling. Keep looking forward, maybe get your mid back to the ball. And support your head. From here, we're going to do hip thrusts. So you're going to bring your hips down and lift up. Belly button pulls in. Relax here as you let the hips come down and lift up. And one more and lift up. Now lower the hips back low, but not touching the ground. And you can reach forward or onto your legs or onto the ground if you need, but you're going to try to sit up and walk backwards. So you're going to push back 1 foot at a time, push back 1 foot at a time. You got strong legs and you start to sit up. It's easier said than done. Let's try again. Walk it forward, leaning back. You support the head, getting back to your shoulder blades if you can, and then hip thrust. 1, 2, and 3. And then walk it back and sit up. Push, push, push. If you feel like your feet are slipping, then you want to make sure you've got something tacky underneath, where you got to put shoes on or change your mat, or if you've got socks on and you're on a carpet, you're going to slide all over the place and you are not going to make it. So you want to make sure you have tacky underneath you. That's going to help big time. All right, next we're going to come to hands and knees, but we're going to use this ball. So instead of on the hands, the forearms are going to go on top. I'm going to clasp my hands. I'm going to press down into the ball. Now, the only thing touching the ball is my forearms. I'm pushing down, pulling the belly button in. You're going to feel your shoulders work and your stomach work. The harder you push and the more you pull in the belly, the more you're going to get around like a cat and cow. And then relax. And go again. Push down, pull that belly in and round. And relax. Push down and round. And relax. Push down and round. And relax. And push down and round. And relax. Let's take a quick stretch. This is what I would call like the child's pose variation. You can keep your feet tucked under or curled up. You can bring your hips back towards your heels to your degree, and you can reach the ball forward. I like to rest my head on the ball and then come back up. All right. Next, we're going to go into gate pose or a yoga pose. You're going to roll the ball out to the side. You're going to bring your left hand up over your ear and lean to the side, creating a diagonal line. And then come back up. Again, reach and lean. And come back up. 2 more. And 1 more. Nice. Let's switch to the other side. Leg goes out. Reach the arm up. You're going to roll into a diagonal line. A little bit of pressure in that ball. And come up. And pull. All right, bring your knees underneath. If you're going to go back to kneeling with the forearms on the ball, this time I'm going to ask you to challenge a little bit more as we're going to do what I affectionately call the roly-poly. Forearms, clasp. You're going to curl the toes under. Now, I'm going to try not to let anything touch the ball except for my elbow forearms. I'm going to push down into the ball hard with my arms. I'm going to pull that belly in. I'm going to use my legs. I'm going to try to push and roll myself back so I'm standing on my feet flat, like my heels will be down. So we're going to push down, pull belly in, strong legs, lift up those knees and roll back onto your heels. You can stay low. The lower you stay, the harder it is. And then slowly roll back down, control it, land to your knees. And take rest. All right, let's do this a few times. Press, lift, roll back, roll forward, lower slow, control. Nice. Go again. Push, lift, roll back, roll forward, control, land. 1 more. Push, belly strong, lift, roll back, roll forward, slow, lower. Excellent. We're going to go back to the gate pose. This time we're going to add a leg lift. So extending your left leg out, arm comes up, going to roll the ball out and over. Now, the closer the ball is, the more stability you'll have. The further the ball is, the less you're using it, the harder it is. So you got to find what this is for you. We're going to lift the top leg, your left leg, and try to balance. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Let's try the other side. Extending the leg, reaching right arm, hinging over. And when you're ready, strong core, getting the side obliques right here through the sideways. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Go ahead and bring the ball back to center. We're going to come up to the back. So the first thing I'm going to show you is just the resting pose. Yay, resting pose. I call it the astronaut because I feel a little bit like an astronaut getting ready to take off into space. Your legs are just resting on top of the ball. Knees are bent, 90-degree angle or L shape, and you're also bent at the hips. See if you can have your shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. And the first thing we're going to do is a reverse plank. So you're going to straighten out the legs, rolling the ball away. Use your arms next to you, and you're going to press down into the legs, into the ball. Lift your hips up. Your arms are working as well, but you can start to see if you can relax the arms and just keep the shoulders plugged in. Because someday or one day, you can bring the arms up, straight up to the ceiling. Or maybe you have to move your dog or your cat out of your face, you know? You never know. And then lower back down. You're going to grab the ball with your feet. So grab a hold and use your hands here as a blocking path. So in case the ball slips, it doesn't go flinging into your face. Once you do that, go ahead and position the ball so it's even between your legs. You're going to lift your head and shoulders and look forward and reach the arms forward. You're going to lower the legs about 30% down and hold. Keep a gentle pressure on the ball. Bring the legs back up and then bend your knees so you put the ball on the floor. Place the legs on top of the ball. Let's do this straight leg, reverse plank, hips come up. Now with your legs, you're going to try to lift one leg at a time. So really use your arms now. Press down into the arms so that the arms can be where they're most comfortable for you. I like a little bit wider than straight next to my hips. And then you're going to shift your weight so you can try to lift one leg. And then change. And change. Now the closer the ball is to your hips, the easier this is. The closer it is to your feet, the harder it is. So you can make this easier or harder. Either way, it's pretty challenging. And if it's too much, you just stay in this lifted position. And slowly release, lowering down, roll the ball in, and rest your legs, astronaut position. Grab the ball with your feet, and bring the ball up once again. From here, we're going to point the toes, and we're going to roll the ball. So we're going to crisscross or scissor the legs. So one leg's got to go low, the other leg's going to stay forward. You're going to lift your head, reach forward, and try to get this closest leg straight up to the ceiling, the other leg's at a 45-degree angle, and we're going to hold. Breathe. You can always leave your head down if you need, and your arms down if you need. But remember, we're always trying to strengthen everything, so head lifting up, strengthening the neck. And then bring the ball up or roll the legs back up the center, and let's take a rest. Now remember what leg you had in front. You probably will be able to easily remember. And let's do it again. Grabbing a hold of the ball with your feet, bring it up. All right, you're gonna start to roll the ball. So you got one leg goes down. You're gonna hold the ball between your two legs. I feel like I'm doing like a little crisscross or starting L shapes. And then try to get this leg straight up to the ceiling. Your other leg probably is about a 45-degree angle or close to it, depending on the size of your ball. And lift. Hold that. Breathe. And release. Bend your knees. Astronaut position. Woo. All right, hamstring work. You're going to dig the heels into the top of the ball, keep your knees bent, and you're going to only lift your hips up a little bit. So you should feel the hamstrings. If you straighten your legs, that's going to work more your glutes and your butt. Still the hamstring, but not very much. It's more here. So you want to have the knees bent, dug on top, and lift. And try not to touch any part of the ball except for your Achilles, your heels, and the bottom part of your calves. Some of you might be able to lift really high. Some of you might not be able to lift very high at all. and lower down. Straighten the legs or rest them on like an astronaut. Let's try that one more time. Heels to the ball. It also depends on how soft your ball is. You know, if it's really soft, it might be a little more challenging. Lift those hips in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and take rest. Okay, we're going to do the ball pass. So you're going to grab the ball with your feet, bring it up. You're going to grab it into your hands. You're going to lift your head. We're going to lower the legs and bring the ball over the head into a hollow body position best you can. Then you're going to switch this. You're going to bring it together, grab the ball with your feet, and then lower the ball and switch. And switch. And switch. You got it. And switch. And switch. You got it. And then take rest. Reverse crunches. So best you can, you're going to pull the ball in tight. You're going to try to grab the ball like you're grabbing it, not with your hands, but with your legs, best you can. I've got really slick pants on, so I'm not sure how this is going to work for me today. But I'm going to grip it, and I'm going to try to pull my knees to my chest, although my ball is sliding on my pants. Let's see if I can do this. I really can't get it other than out on the side. I'll do it on the side. But if you can keep your legs on top of the ball, then you're working your hamstrings as well. When you grab on the outside, you're working your inner thighs, which that's fine too. My pants are too slick to grip it. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. Take rest, astronaut. All right, let's do one more exercise. Roll up. You're going to change out your big ball for your small Pilates ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to do side plank, and we're going to press the ball against the legs. So I'm going to show you the modification first. You can do this on your elbow if you've got bad, sore wrists, or you can do it up on your hand. The easier version to me is on the elbow and on the knees. You're going to lift your hips up. You're going to extend this top leg, and you're going to push the ball down. So now you're working underneath your armpit, down the whole side waist, side obliques, working into the side leg and pushing up so you're working that glute. Okay, we're going to hold this for 8 counts. If you want to do it the full side plank way, you can straighten the bottom leg as well, lift it up, and try to get into position and hold. But I think I like it better here because then I don't feel like I'm turning my knee up. I'm keeping my knee and my toe forward, and then I can push and get more glute work. I kind of feel like I'm picking back and up. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch. Lifting up, extend, and press. And if you don't have a ball, you can just press into your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Let's do some real quick stretches. So seated windshield wipers. And then extend the legs out in front of you. Pull out any extra cushion in the cushion. You can use your ball here to do a hamstring stretch. You're going to roll the ball best you can to your feet. Now I want you to gently press down into the ball so you can lift up and work the core. Flat back best you can. Belly button is pulling in. If you can roll the ball to your tippy toes, and then extend forward. See how far over your tippy toes you can go. You can point your toes a little bit. And release. The last stretch you're going to do is a mini back bend using your ball. You're going to place it about mid-back. So it's not my lower back, and it's not up by my neck. I feel like it's kind of between my shoulder blades, but maybe a little bit lower. I'm going to lay back onto that ball. From here, my hips stay down. You're going to support your head, and you're going to start to let your head come down towards the mat. Maybe this is as far as you go. You can open up the elbows, getting a nice stretch through the chest, through the bicep tendons and pectoral. You can take your head all the way down as far as you can go, getting in more now into the abs, stretching here through the upper part. And getting even a deeper stretch to the shoulders. And then slowly making your way back up. Don't have to stay in that position very long. And go ahead and make your way to seated. All right, guys, thanks again for coming. This was a ball class using a large stability ball and small Pilates ball. See you next time. The objective is to try not to touch your leg. You also have to grip the ball so you're building strength through your hands. And then you start out first and bring your legs together and take it out. Now we go around the back. Grip the ball, control, and bring it forward. In the belly, look at your change directions. Something tacky underneath where you got to put shoes on or change your mat, or if you've got socks on. So instead of on the hands, the forearms are going to go. You're going to press down into the ball. Now, the only thing touching the ball is my forearms.